Wagwan fam, how are you?
Jackman, brother man. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Bro, really good. Good to see you. It's been a while since we caught up.
Yeah, what, December?
Yes, yeah, I think that's like 3 months, bro. The year's gone so quick, man.
Yeah, it has. We've definitely come a long way. Now we've hit the ground running 2023.
Yeah.
It's all happening.
Funny.
So, mate, where were we?
I think we were. That's a trick question. Love that. Love it.
No, anyways, let's start. As I said, we've hit the ground running 2023. We're into the swing of things with work and outside life.
Yes.
With our social life and whatnot. So, I mean, let's give those 13 viewers who have already viewed our first YouTube video.
Yes.
Let's give them an insight into, I guess, our upbringing from Papua New Guinea to Brisbane, Australia.
Yep.
Well, I guess you have a bit of a different
Upbringing.
path,
Yep.
but I guess, share with them, I guess, your story from the beginning.
Yeah, thanks, bro. Lovely intro, segue. Yeah, so obviously, from PNG like you, I grew up and spent 10 years of my life there before making the move down under. So I moved to Kalgoorlie when I was 10 years old. So I grew up in Port Moresby, spent 10 years there. I'm originally from Gulf. My parents are from there, so they moved from Gulf Province to Port Moresby in the 1970s. So that's a while ago. But yeah, so I didn't spend a lot of time in the village, but I grew up in Port Moresby, spent 10 years of my childhood there. Those were good days. You learn a lot about your culture and everything, so I think that's still a big part of my life. But yeah, after 10 years living in Port Moresby and going to school there, I moved to Kalgoorlie with my brother in Western Australia, down the bottom, near the bottom of Australia, which was good because it was like a small country town in Australia where we didn't have that many people that lived in the town. It was like 20,000 population.
Yeah. Wow.
So you could it was a good change from Port Moresby to come to Australia because it was a small town to get experience living in that small town before you move to like a big smoke like Brisbane or Perth. So we lived in Kalgoorlie for a couple of years. I did grade 6 and grade 7 there. And then we moved to Perth where I finished off grade 7 and then I went to high school a little bit in 2009. Yeah. And then after that, we stayed in Perth for a year and then I moved over to Brisbane, which was really good. It was a good move to come across here because it was closer to home. Lot more PNG people here in Brisbane. So, get to meet a lot of the one talks. And then, been living here since halfway through 2009. Went to high school here up on the north side of Brackenridge in Brisbane, a suburb. Yeah. And then, went to uni and that's where I met you. And then, here we are. I'm working, thankful to have a job and then, just learning the trade that comes with moving out of home and finding a job and I guess growing up. So,
yeah. Definitely. And, you spoke about moving from Port Moresby to WA and how was that transition?
Yeah,
like the culture. Was there a culture shock for you?
Yeah.
Did you have any moments where you felt homesick or out of place?
Yeah, bro, 100%. Because I moved here with my brother, so my mum and dad were still back in POM. And some of the things that I really didn't understand were the way we communicate. We speak Pidgin, back at home, and English is obviously a byproduct. Pidgin is a byproduct of English, but it's not really entirely how properly you speak English. It's so different, and just learning how to speak that was a challenge. But also just in terms of how cold it was in Kalgoorlie compared to what it was in Port Moresby.
No, not the same humidity.
Bro, 100%. And then, and then obviously going to school and seeing or like, kids that not the same color as you. It was obviously a little bit challenging in that sense where, and then obviously the way that they spoke English was obviously vastly different to our accent.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was some of the things, but I think the good thing about moving to a small country town is that you don't have, it's not a really big place, so it's easy for you to kind of learn the nuances, I guess, for what Australia is. And then when you get to the bigger cities, you're like, oh, it's not that different, and you just
I've had a practice run. Now I'm ready to take off the training wheels.
Yeah, that's it, bro. And then when you get to the big smart, the Perth and like the cities and stuff, you're like, oh, okay, like that's what a bit like that's how big like the pub is or something like that. But you're like, it's just the same as Kalgoorlie, but it's just so many more people. Yeah. So that's just a little bit.
Lovely.
Yeah, and then the viewers will probably get to know us a little bit more.
Yeah.
When they listen to the podcast, but
they will.
Yeah. What about yourself? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Quickly go through it. So, born and raised Port Moresby.
Yeah.
My passport says Berena though.
Oh really?
Yeah, born in Berena.
Bro,
I don't know why. I think Mum just put it on there like when I've got my birth certificate. So it's there. But I was actually born at Pom
General. Oh no.
Pom General.
Okay.
No, not Pom Gen. We were at Pom Gen and then moved to go to Dr. Moller's, I think. Dr. Moller's.
Is that in
it's a little private clinic just opposite from Pom Gen.
Or at Manu.
At Manu,
okay.
Boroko.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that happened. Out I came into the world.
Yes.
Then, went to LMI for prep. It's too expensive. Went to East Boroko.
Yeah.
Grade 1 to 2. Oh no, prep to grade 2. Was, being a little shit there. So got called into the principal's office a couple of times. So Mum and Dad were like, let's get this boy out of here before it turns to shit. So then I went over to St. Joey's.
Yeah, wow.
St. Joseph's at Boroko as well. That was an experience in itself because like at East Boroko you don't pray at like lunchtime and stuff.
Yeah.
But Joey's back in those days, like you pray like morning tea, lunch.
Is it a Catholic
school?
Yeah, okay.
So like we're praying like when you first arrive to kick off the day, say a prayer, morning tea prayer, lunch prayer.
Yeah.
And before you go home prayer.
Wow.
So
like 4 times a day or something.
4 times a day,
wow.
Yep. And then you obviously have church every now and then when there's a big occasion like Ash Wednesday or Easter, all those little events. So you go to church and I was an altar boy.
What does that mean?
So like those guys that go up with the priest and they carry the cross and all of that. Yeah, so I was an altar boy with some of the Pope's boys out there, which Billy and Palsy and some of the naughtiest boys were the altar boys.
So was it like the prerequisite? Was it if you were naughty, you? It was just like a.
Nah, I think we just put our hands up for it.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
And we did it just something to, I guess, help our faith, to build our faith in God and being a Catholic. So, no, that was really good. I loved my time at Joey's, one of the best schools in Port Moresby. They always get large numbers of good students that have done well in their academics. So, it's really good to be at that school. And then obviously 1 year after grade 7, Dad was like, oh look, you're going to go down to Naji College and do school there. So I was quite scared at first. Told all my friends, Billy, Leffy, and the others, and it was quite sad to leave. Also pretty scary to come across, especially going to a school like that where it's boys only. There's like 2,000 boys, and St. Joey's was only a quarter of the size of Naji, or not even a quarter, like 1/8 of the size of Naji. So, I mean, yeah, we only had, in PNG you only have your one class which you go to, and the teachers come to you throughout the day.
Yeah.
Whereas you're at Naji, it's like you go to different blocks. Like you have to walk to your class.
Yeah.
The teachers there, they set up, they greet you, whatnot. So just little things like that no one ever thinks about.
Yeah.
It's like different for us as we come, like when we come into that sort of new school, community, society. And as you said, like culture shocks, like obviously our accents are different.
Yeah.
So in order to feel like you fit in, you start to change your accent to what you hear. Because you speak to someone, you want to speak back to them the way they speak to you. So a few things like that. But I mean, I wouldn't change it for the world. Like, fuck, it was the best move that ever happened to me. I reckon, just because of all the opportunities and experiences that I've had now, and where I'm at in my life. So shout out to mom and dad. Thank you, love you.
Yeah, no, that's so good.
But we mentioned before, we touched on PNG now, and the last time I saw you was before I went on holidays to PNG.
Yeah.
But before I get stuck into that holiday and, what it was like taking my partner, Liv, back to Papua New Guinea to meet some family and friends and for her to see the place. What did you get up to on your holidays, Jackman? How was your holiday?
Bro, it was really good. Thank you for asking. I think the biggest thing for me was over the holiday period, I just needed a break.
Yeah.
2022 was good, but it went so quick, and I'm sure this year is going to do the same, but I feel like I just needed a couple of weeks of the year just to forget what day it was. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, those are the good holidays.
And then you wake up on a Monday and you're like, oh, is it a Monday? It feels like a Sunday. Do you know what I mean? So I think like when you have those days, it helps. So I finished work on the 24th of December, and then I had 2 weeks off. So for the first 3 days, Christmas, I spent some time with my family and then went to my partner Rachel's family. Shout out to them for letting me go have Christmas with them, because it's always
shout out.
I always feel like ever since I've been with Rachel, they've always been super welcoming and like let me go have Christmas with them, which is really nice. And obviously they're Australian, so it's a little bit not so much different. Like I think because we've lived here a little bit now, we understand culturally differences and things like that. But so I spent Christmas with them, Christmas with my family, and on the 27th we went down to Burleigh. Rachel's family are lucky enough to have a place down near Talabunja Creek. So yeah, bro. Yeah. So I was like swimming, learned how to do a paddleboard. Bro, those things are so hard, man.
Yeah, it's all like core.
Bro,
like
exactly.
You can have strong core to balance on it.
Yeah. And like I'm tall as, so it's like my center of gravity, like you were saying the other time.
How tall are you?
Bro, I'm like 191.
You're 6'3".
Yeah.
6'3".
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Not
Justin's
6'4".
So fucking man. What am I? I'm like 5'7".
Yeah.
No, 5'9".
Yeah, 5'9". That's round up.
5'9" with my arms on.
They give you a little bit of 2 inches. Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, I swam a lot, swam every day. Rachel's family, they were down there too as well. So, and the sister has a kid, so we were playing cricket with the kid.
Yeah,
calling him out. No, I didn't call him out. He was only like 4. But yeah, read a couple of books, which was good. Just relaxed.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall a good holiday, and then came back up to Brisbane a couple of days before work started just to sort out a few things. But yeah, overall I felt really refreshed and spent a lot of time getting a tan in the sun. But yeah, it was really good.
I can tell you needed one.
But like literally, I didn't know that, but because we spend a lot of time in the office now, and when we were at uni and school like that, because we're not as outdoor as much back when we were at school, we actually get burnt, and I start to peel because of that. Because the exposure to sun, obviously, we've don't get as much, and then when we do, it get burned. So I guess it's an important note to everyone to make sure you wear sunscreen, a hat, slip, slop, slap.
Yeah. So even if you're brown, you can still get sunburned,
100%,
guys.
100%.
So wear your sunscreen, SPF, whatever.
Yeah, 50 plus. Always 50 plus.
50 plus, man. Need it.
Yeah, bro. Well, yeah, that's my holiday, bro. What about yourself? You mentioned before you went back to Pom. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Look, Pom was fucking hot as fuck. Just humid.
Yeah.
But it was really nice. Yeah. Nice to get back, see the family. See my sister, she's still there, so it was good to see all of them. Really nice to take Liv back, my partner, and show her my home. Yeah, Moresby, where I grew up, and for her to meet the family, extended relatives. So the first week was pretty much just that in Moresby. Seeing friends, family, relatives, had Christmas there. Boxing Day in the village, went up the Hiritano highway, went to Buena Town, big town. My dad's parents are still there, my two brothers, went and saw them. And actually funny, this came up in my head just then, but when I was introducing people to Liv, La Plaza, they were just like, oh, wife me, wife. I'm wife me, yes. I'm wife with me. But you can't explain it to them like, oh, that's my girlfriend. Like, there's no girlfriend or like that. Everyone just knows, I'm Mary Blue, I'm girl Blue, I'm wife Blue. Yeah. So now we went to the village, then went up to Rabaul on the second week. Yeah. We probably had 2 days to ourselves before I had 3 of my mates from school came up and joined us for New Year's in Rabaul. So, we did a few things, fishing. We climbed up Mount Tavurvur. Yes. Which was, fucking awesome, to get up there and just see it in its, pristine sort of volcanic condition. That was really nice. And just to be with, those 3 guys, because I went to school with them, high school with them at Naji, and they always hear about the stories of PNGs, probably more of the bad stuff than the good stuff. Yeah. So it was nice for them to come see the culture, see that it's, it's fine. Yeah. A town like Rabaul is peaceful. Took them for a walk to the market. Yeah. We walked through the market and showed them around, and, we had, in Rabaul there's this hot rooster. I think it's a spin-off Big Rooster. But it's their Big Rooster. It's a hot rooster. Fucking good. So good, bro.
Fried or roasted?
They have this fried chicken burger. Whoa. It's like a zinger burger. Just, really good. Really good.
Spicy.
Spicy, nice. So that was the highlights. Then Kavang, we stayed at Nusa Lodge. It's like a eco lodge, eco-friendly resort. Yeah. And just beautiful place,
that's so good.
Off the grid. We were there mainly just to go surfing, so we're probably doing 2 sessions a day.
One in the morning, afternoon?
One in the morning, one in the afternoon. You get fed very well. Dinners were like buffets, and it was like mud crab, lobster. Freshly caught. The village people caught it that day. They brought it over. It's on the fire, straight on the plate. Fucking just beautiful. Yeah. Nusa was amazing. That was probably my favorite part of the trip because you exactly like what she said. You're not, when you're on holiday, you like to forget the days and the time, and so when we were up there, we were just not thinking about anything, just thinking about where we were and what we were gonna do next. Yeah. So all in all, great trip, beautiful trip. I think we want to do, another place next, maybe like the Highlands, or
Yeah,
go
nice.
down to Milne Bay, or
Yeah,
even Vanimo with the boys to go surfing
surfing.
again.
Good
So
surf out there. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
apparently really good surf there, Vanimo or Madang. So
Oh yeah. Yeah, that
yeah, it's an
sounds.
awesome trip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got a couple of questions, bro.
yeah, of course, fire away.
Do you feel like the mates that you went to school with, obviously it was all boys, so it
Mm.
like the friendship that you guys would have made as younger, like when you're coming through high school and stuff like that. Do you see like the bond there is all like it's been so strong because you guys were like spending a lot of time, like you were boarding, and were some of these kids boarding too as well, or were they like coming on a day to day thing? Like, how do you feel like the relationship at like all boys school has kind of shaped you up to like having that friendship now? Like, do you feel like the bond's always strong there, or
Yeah, I think
yeah,
there's definitely always a connection,
yeah,
and it's funny, like whenever I meet someone now, like if it's in my work life or
yeah,
social life, like especially if they're younger or older, and they go, oh, where did you go to school?
yeah,
And they say like, oh, Naji,
that's
it's like
yeah,
there's already a bond. Like
yeah,
we shared that experience of going to that school,
yeah,
and we know what the feeling is like.
mm,
So you're already drawn to that person. You're like, oh, okay, what year did you go to? It's like,
yeah, and the
oh,
conversations just
yeah,
yeah,
and then so the conversation just spurs off. But in regards to the, like those three boys that came,
yeah,
like they were all day boys.
okay,
But I think yeah, we just shared the connection of uh, straight after school, like we were always hanging out,
yeah, yeah,
going to different parties here and there, running amok, um, and just like our whole group. So not just those three
mm,
guys, but there's probably a group of like 20 guys who we still have like a group message of, and
that's yeah,
everyone just like post random shit in there,
yeah,
or like if someone that's living out of town is in Brisbane, like he'll message the group
yeah,
saying, hey guys, I'm here for the weekend, anyone keen to have a beer,
yeah,
that sort of thing. So very tight knit,
mm,
close sort of group. I guess those three boys, they were just in the right position and had the opportunity or had the time to come up to PNG, so three of them came,
yeah,
which is really good because then now they've seen it, they can go tell
yeah,
other
yeah,
people about their experiences, and share with other people
yeah,
the things they saw over there and the experiences they had. So yeah, I think to
yeah,
sum it up, the bonds are
yeah,
there.
yeah,
Uh, Definitely brought us closer, I
yeah,
guess, throughout the trip.
yeah.
But no, it was
And I guess
special.
you guys also share like an interest in surfing and things like that that would have made it, yeah, the connections that I guess, like I was just more kind of seeing how you as a boarder would have,
Yeah.
tried to, like, it would have been like hard for you to come over from PNG to stay here
Mm.
and then to kind of get really good friendship off the back of, you boarding every day and then
Right.
these kids that do like day in, day, like they go home after school and stuff like that to make those friendships, like that kind of speaks volume about the community within that school and
Yeah,
like yeah,
definitely. And I think it's about also having like an open mind.
mm,
So I was blessed or
mm,
lucky enough to have parents that instilled certain
yeah,
values,
yeah,
and then those values you take into school
yeah.
without you even knowing it. Like at 13, you don't even
No,
know
that's so true.
values or what values are, but
Yeah,
it's because they've been taught to you at home.
yeah,
So you bring that into your own life, and then you open yourself up to understanding other people and how they think and what they do, and what makes them enjoy life
yeah,
and those sorts of things. So I think by opening myself up and wanting to be a part of their group, but
yeah.
also
That makes sense.
them accepting
Yeah,
me
yeah,
to come in, I think that's a big thing. Because if I didn't do that,
yeah.
then
You didn't put
I
yourself out there.
probably
Going,
wouldn't
yeah,
have these sorts of
yeah.
friends. I could take a back seat in the bus and
Mm.
just like hide away from the world, but it's a choice.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so good to hear, bro. I think that's the thing that people in every walks of life, whether it's school or work, and if you just put yourself out there to kind of be open to go having a chat to someone that, you know, might be your boss or something, just say, hey, can you get a coffee? Or like just, you know, being vulnerable in that sense where you can just open yourself up so that people can get to know you. And then when, you know, when you form that relationship, it's a more closer bond because you were just like, you know what, I'm just going to give it a go kind of thing. So yeah, like, that's so good to
Nah,
hear,
for
bro.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And, you know, we spoke about holidays, and we've touched on at the start about, you know, hitting the ground running 2023. And now we're definitely right into it. It's the start of March now, which is crazy because the weeks are flying by.
So good.
But just wanted to get your thoughts on, you know, goal setting, and just wanted to hear from you. What are three goals that you may have set for yourself for this year? They can be in work, social aspect, spiritual, whatever. But what are three that come to mind that I guess you'd like to share?
Yeah, bro. I guess from a work perspective, I'd like to learn more, and you know, obviously, there's areas of work that I haven't had exposure to that I'd like to tap into, and then grow more knowledge in terms of, I guess, presenting, managing work and stuff a little bit better, time management. So I think on that scale, and then obviously, hopefully, using that as a tool to kind of step up into a newer role. But I guess with that, you know, it's always good to kind of have perspective and understanding that, you know, things take time. So it won't happen over time, like a day. It will take 3-6 months. So I think, that's more one of my professional goals, is just to learn more, put my hands up more, and then hopefully use that as a tool to step up into, like, you know.
That's a great goal to aspire to, I reckon.
And then on a personal level, I think more self-development in terms of there's self-development books that I've been given to read or recommended to read by people. So I think it's just about learning new ways that I can be better as a person, to be more grateful, appreciate things more, and I think also just open my mind to things that I haven't really had exposure to before, like by reading more, and like, which is the goal, to read more self-development books, but also in that sense help myself personally grow and be a better person. And then obviously lastly, when I get this podcast up and running with you as a goal, to make sure that we we invest, you know, a good amount of time this year to hit the ground running.
That's it, mate. And I'm definitely 100%, 150% there with you on that one. I think one of my big goals is definitely to get this up and running, and to definitely see it through till the end. You know, I really want to share some of our stories, some of our experiences, and mainly the learnings of where we used to be, where we are, and where we're going.
Love that.
So I think, it's really the time now, and we found a good thing. I think we just need to keep pushing. So that's one for me. I think the same sense with work, like, you know, trying to solidify my role with the company, but also it's time for me to start getting some runs on the board. So getting some wins across the line, because that's what they brought me in to do. So I mean, starting to see a bit of that now, which is good. So I think the no drinking is definitely helping.
It's been three months now. Hey.
It's been 3 months now.
That's a good effort.
And I think that's my other goal. So I set myself a goal to not drink for the next 6 months. So we're 3 months down.
Let's go.
3 months to go.
Halfway there.
Let's fucking get it.
Bro, I love that, man.
Fucking oath.
Yes. We edited it out.
All right. Well, I think that's
it.
That's us for the night. And we'll get back to you guys soon.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Let's go.